are live. Hello, Damien.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to WANA Live, the reading series of the Writers Association of Northern Appalachia. I'm Damian Dressick. I could not be more alive. I'm coming to you from the parking lot of a Barnes & Noble in Cranberry, Pennsylvania, in the heart of, well, maybe some other Oregon, of Northern Appalachia. My co-host, Christina Fasonic from Wheeling.
It's nice to see you over there, Damien, and it's a good sign because you're at a bookstore, and that means that maybe we're getting closer and closer to this pandemic being over.
Well, yes, but I thought the bookstore would be open till 9.
And that's why you're in the park.
That's why I'm in a parking lot outside the book. It's back there, though.
Well, it's not the first time we've broadcast from a parking lot.
Yes, but the other times we were in cars.
Yeah, this is true. I hope you're not freezing.
Well, let's bring Karen Weyant on tonight's reader.
All right, let me introduce Karen. So, born and raised in rural Pennsylvania, Karen J. Weyant is the author of 2 poetry chapbooks, Stealing Dust from Finishing Line Press and Wearing Heels in the Rust Belt from Main Street Rag. Her poems and essays have appeared in Chautauqua, Copper Nickel, Crab Creek Review, Crab Orchard Review, Cream City Review, Fourth River, Lake Effect, Rattle, River Styx, and Whiskey Island. Her poems have also appeared in Ted Kooser's American Life and Poetry series and the Sundress Publications Best of the Net annual anthology. She lives in Warren, Pennsylvania, where my dad lives, and is an associate professor of English at Jamestown Community College in Jamestown, New York. So, Karen, welcome to the show.
Hi, it's nice to see both of you.
Greetings, Karen. How are you? You look so warm.
I am very warm. I'm actually looking at you and shivering a bit because I'm thinking, yesterday was a nice day, but today we had snow in Warren, Pennsylvania. So.
We had snow here, too.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have snow in Wheeling. No way. No, because we're cooler. So, Karen, are you ready to read for us tonight?
Yes, I am. Thank you very much.
Well, we've been looking forward to having you on the show. So we'll be back in a few minutes.
Thank you. I want to offer Christina and Damien thanks for inviting me on the show tonight. I'm a big fan, and I try to listen in every Thursday night. The 3 poems I am going to read tonight actually come from a manuscript that still has to have a home or is looking for a home. And I'm sure that you will probably hear the common theme within these poems. To the girl who believes the apocalypse will begin in a cow pasture. You were the only one to see one of the horsemen in the hind leg of a Holstein cow. Wild hair and 2 beady eyes hiding in a black patch just below a halo smear of mud. You knew the trickle of the pasture creek would overflow weeks before the spring melt, that summer would bring pokeberries mistaken for blackberries, milkweed pods that split into wisps of red seeds. You were the first to hear the meadowlark's clear whistle turn into a garbled song. When the hailstorms hit, you split every ball of ice and released the grasshoppers that had been trapped inside. You were a prophet in braids and Daisy Duke shorts. You saw knots in barbed wire fence as knuckles twisted in prayer. Still, no one listened to you when you pulled a thin blade of grass taut between your thumbs and blew a shrill warning whistle. Okay, my next poem is a narrative poem. Many of my poems tend to be straight narrative. This one is titled My Summer as Siphoned Gas. Lines of Ford trucks and station wagons wrapped gas stations in folded layers of exhaust. Hot tar speckled afternoons. Side streets greased with trickles of oil, puckered under the weight of potholes. Dressed in a terry cloth romper and dirty sneakers that never stay tied, I watched my brother park his old pickup truck in the front yard and prop open the hood with a thick plank of wood. He hunched over, t-shirt full of holes and grease spots, his hands juggling screwdrivers and spare parts. A lit cigarette dangled from the corner of his mouth, close to the sputtering engine. Some days I offered to help and hand him loose parts or adjust the radio to his favorite station. But most days I followed the neighbor boy instead to the old cars tucked in the tall weeds behind Tom's towing and parts. Only 10, he already knew how to hotwire his father's Jeep, how to build a bicycle from 2 wheels and an old handlebar. His mission that summer, to find every bit of fuel left in our little town. He pried open gas caps, slipped in a garden hose, sucked until he drew a few drops of gas. Turning away my offer to help, he picked up my chin, looked at my sunburned lips. Even a small cut, he said, will sting. And my final poem is also a narrative poem. It is titled Flypaper. During the hottest part of that summer, black flies flooded our kitchen, buzzing through window blinds and near light bulbs, refusing to die. They dodged the long curls of flypaper hoisted near the sink and the garbage cans, only occasionally getting caught. I watched as some jerked in a spastic dance and then tore free, leaving bits of their legs and wings behind. With fly swatters, my brothers took turns smashing, trapping bodies on stove burners and countertops, counting the number of hits it took before the shuddering flies would finally lay still. In between every sharp slap, we listened as our parents fought about money and the heat, their words convulsing through the stagnant air until I covered my ears so I couldn't hear. At night, when I fell asleep, my dreams filled with butterflies caught in backyard grills, blackbirds and blue jays crashing into bedroom windows, a possum, head tangled in barbed wire, twisting until the metal folded in, clutching its throat. Wings and feathers, tufts of fur, a long hairless pink tail. When I woke up, what I remembered most was all of the twitching. Thank you for listening.
Whoa. You had said to me, you don't mind if I read some apocalyptic poetry. You read some apocalyptic poetry. That was really fantastic. I think my favorite line came from that first poem, Prophet engraved in Daisy Duke shorts. I mean, incredible imagery there. Wonderful, wonderful imagery. Damien, you're back. You have a commentary.
I am. That was really great stuff. Thank you so much. I love the kid who's building with the gas hose. That's wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that too. And I kept dwelling on, you know, the very specific, minute images, the things that really make writing stick with us. The idea of the legs on the and all of those things, very, very good. And it reminded me of Northern Appalachia. All of your work, it felt very much of this place that we call home.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much.
I love that the ending with it'll sting. Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, I like that a lot too. So thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you for watching most weeks. It's always nice to see your feedback. You did get some thoughts from Jo. She said great storytelling. And Sandy Lorene was on and she said nice. And I couldn't agree more. I just, I'm really impressed with the way that your images wove in with the storytelling itself. It's fantastic. Thank you so much, Karen.
Thanks, Karen.
Have a good evening.
Have a great night, everybody.
Thank you. And
who do we have next week?
Next week, let me take a look. Sandy Gertz is next week.
We have Sandy Gertz coming. She is a Johnstown native. So I want to make sure I give a big plug to, and a press mate on Bottom Dog Press. I know her book was a finalist for the Tilly Olson Award. So we've got Sandy Gertz coming up next week. Karen, thank you so much.
Yes,
thank you.
It was wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
And Sandy's a friend of mine, so I'm really looking forward to listening to her next week. So
yeah, cool. Yes, you were like, you need to talk to her. I remember that. So,
yes, I did. So
I love this community that we're growing together as writers of Northern Appalachia. So see you all next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
thank you.
Bye.
Bye.